and everything seemed to end for Goku, Yu's spirit appeared, giving him his purple eyes. Even though the ancient Demon King had stolen all the power from the purple rings, he was about to activate an even more terrifying power, which he was able to perfect thanks to Yu's eyes. Ha 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 ha, you're weak. You can't protect anyone. Just lie down and die.
Watch me kill your daughter and this stupid traitorous demon.
Ichiro Yagami's fist was speeding at Akuma's nearly destroyed barrier of darkness. This is our end.
Shiro, I won't be able to save this Chica.
It will go from the devil. Release. Ichiro's fist was stopped. I won't let you kill anyone else, you coward.
You, guys?
Did I steal every last drop of energy from you? Bastard, you are standing on your own willpower. Your fangs are broken. Ichiro launched a swift punch at Goku. While his fist moved, he thought in milliseconds. How amazing you! I can see how everything around me freezes. Everything is very slow. Ichiro would land his punch, but it would go through that Goku in front of him. Annoyed, Ichiro yelled, "A bloody illusion. A disgusting monkey, using the powerful demon eyes. And so cocky. Who uses our illusion abilities? You're just escaping. You don't have the power to fight. You will only prolong your death and that of your daughter a few more seconds." Behind Ichiro, Goku was too calm. The devil's wrath is out of your imagination. Soon you will see demon. Shut your damn mouth. Ichiro would throw a huge sphere of energy, which was going at high speed, to where Akuma was covering Yukina, but out of nowhere, they disappeared. The demon, who did not look at the Sahajin's movements, began to laugh. Ha ha ha. Your dear daughter turned to dust. How does that feel, Goku? High above the underworld, Goku was together with Yukina, Nya, and Akuma. In a matter of blinks, he had them out of harm's way. Demon, you risked your life to save my daughter. I don't know why you had that drastic change in thinking, but it has been a great help to us. I feel that I can trust you. Not everyone gives their life for a stranger. Listen carefully. Take them two away from this place. Sorry, but I am finished. It will be impossible for me to get out of the underworld. Instantly, Goku launched a ball of energy at Akuma. Their hearts began to regenerate. But how? Shouldn't you have dark energy? Right now, I am no different from a devil. My body is full of anger and power, but don't waste time. I didn't just shock you with dark power. I gave you a bit of knowledge, without the forbidden universe. Akuma took off from there, coming out of the underworld. All of that happened in seconds, while the wreckage from the explosion from Higiro's attack was being made. From here I can feel you, brother. You are exploiting the power, but Kemi is not so easy to eliminate. Wait for me, don't go to die. Deep down in his heart, Akuma always admired Shiro and appreciated him too much. Therefore, when he left them to join the gods, he suffered mental damage and was filled with hatred. But when he fought with Shiro, the admiration he felt for him returned, remembering Shiro's words. Tell me, Akuma, would you have betrayed the demons if you had come with me? At that moment I told you no, Shiro, but of course if I had followed you, that's why now, I'm going to do what I had to do millions of years ago. Goku no more worries, he was about to fight to the death with that demon. Since my daughter and my wife are out of danger.
What do you expect, demon?
Out of danger? They are cosmic dust. The one who will turn to dust will be you. Now you will see if I was really running away or if I am standing on sheer force of will. Goku started to yell. Again, Oozaru's roar stunned the entire underworld, but it was different because it ejected a great ill intent. The desire to finish and destroy their enemies were evident. The demon's wrath was an unknown power that gave great power to whoever used it, no matter that someone was here with nothing. What mattered was the resistance of the body to withstand the explosive power, but such resistance was almost impossible to have. Powerful demons like Shiro bet his life by using it for a few minutes and his body suffered the consequences.
Yes.
Gods and any other creatures could not even activate the technique, due to the difficulty of supreme level, and doing so would instantly die. But that was no problem for Goku, the toughest living thing in the multiverse.
So,
For this reason, he considered that power his own technique, since only he could maintain it, without suffering severe damage or dying in the attempt. Sora, lying on the floor, looked scared at that guy. Why does the Saiyan race have so much power? This guy was devastated and alone to receive the purple eyes of Shiro's son.
Watch nothing.
He awoke immense power. Are demons really inferior beings in front of him?
Screw you.
Oozaru Purple.
Why did you have to exist?
Father, you have to do everything possible to defeat him. You have no tricks left to threaten him. Your only option is to take advantage of the powers that you stole from him and kill him with all that explosive power. What are you waiting for, demon?
Show that you know how to do more than just trick and use living beings.
Unlike you, I've never had to stoop so low to win a fight.
siempre.
I always push myself to push the limits of my strength and protect my loved ones. That's why you're going to die in my hands. I will never forgive you for trying to kill my daughter.
In that instant, Goku's body vanished.
Whoa.
He was moving at supreme speed. This has to be a joke. He has a speed that matches or even exceeds mine, but you won't scare me with just speed. I already have maximum power in my hands. Ichiro's body was filled with an invisible energy that served as his armor, in case he wasn't able to dodge or block that speedy guy. That armor was very powerful, since it was made of Goku's own ki. Ichiro for a few seconds looked at the Saiyan behind him, launching a sphere of energy that would go through a simple image, and in front of him, the real one gave him a strong blow that would send him against some rocks. The former Demon King hadn't received even a scratch due to his ki armor, but the momentum was so great that he couldn't help but fall to the ground. Did you think you wouldn't have the guts to attack you face to face? Think again. You bastard. Stop playing tricks on me with those eyes that don't belong to you.
Parece.
You seem very angry. If it bothers you so much, why don't you do the same?
Ichiro.
Ichiro hit the ground with his fist in anger, thinking back.
Damned.
Oh.
I never thought I'd meet a guy more skilled than me at using these eyes.
I am not capable of creating illusions.
Let's.
While I'm fighting at high speed, I always thought that was rubbish, but I've already fallen for something stupid like that a couple of times.
I have all your power.
The difference between him and me is clear, but I don't feel that way.
I know that Goku is not on a lower level than me.
When he least expected it, a shower of crushing blows began to hit him.
Goku was not only fast, his incredible strength could not be underestimated. Goku knew very well that he wasn't managing to hurt him. After all, his visual power was at a very high level and he was looking at the armor that would be invisible to any warrior.
Goku knew it wouldn't be easy to get past that powerful defense, but he also realized that Ichiro was using a lot of his stolen power to maintain that armor.
What's going on, Goku?
Won't you continue to unleash your fury in those terrifying blows?
If you're just defensive, you won't be able to beat me.
I don't have to. I'm sure you're using a deadly technique and it will soon come to your sad end.
That's why I just have to stay like this, and I'll win. You are a subject that has exceeded my expectations, but I am not going to despair.
The ancient Demon King has defeated everyone, using his intelligence.
Sia.
Goku thought, it will be difficult since I use my power to defend himself, but I'm going to tear his armor to pieces. Father, don't be stupid. Instead of wasting Goku's powers to defend yourself, use them to attack.
Haha, shut your mouth, Sora. That's why you end up so pathetic.
My style is more effective than using sheer brute force. In front of Ichiro,
Gokuro stared with his intense purple heavenly light, radiating killing energy. No matter what you do, no matter how you hide, or what other tricks you use, your destiny is to die. Thousands of spheres of energy began to go to Ichiro, who remained calm. He relied too much on his armor and the powerful stolen energy, and believed that his enemy was sacrificing his life to maintain such power, which he was totally wrong about. That imposing force could remain active for tens of hours. Apparently everything seemed to be going according to his plan, but little by little Goku was controlling the battle since he was the one attacking, and that was the key to winning whatever it was. After all, no one wins by defending themselves. To win, you have to attack. That guy is the worst. Hey, why don't you steal that energy? That power is out of his keybanes. I'm sure it can be recovered. Every technique has weaknesses, even what they call energy devourer. Goku, who was lost in his own mind for a few seconds. Coming to his senses, he put on a cold and serious face while shouting. This is when I will teach you to respect my teacher, the life of living beings that they wanted to destroy. A tiny sphere of energy shot straight at Ichiro. He mocked and yelled at himself, "Give up and die, you have nothing to do. I am invincible. This is your power, or you already forgot. You will never be able to destroy my armor." The person who taught me how to fight at the level of Rose Supreme told me that every technique has its weak points, and I find your way of fighting pathetic. Here only I am attacking. You never had a chance to win fair. You only know how to use cowardly tricks. Those words did not erase Ichiro's smile. But Goku also had unmatched confidence when that tiny sphere of energy touched the demon's body. It disappeared and Ichiro yelled that it was that a drop of water. Stop being silly, no matter what you do you will never be able to touch me as long as I have this armor made with your ki. Goku had that one in his hand and said, "Exactly, that ki belongs to me. The time has come for you to return it to me." His fist balled up as he yelled, "Our prison." Ichiro's body began to be engulfed in dark tornadoes, which began to take the power of the ki armor. That ki flowed through the eye of the tornadoes, beginning to form in the sky a gigantic ball of energy, the size of a planet. Goku puzzled thought, "What incredible power. This is Yu's ability. I'm taking all the power he stole from me." But hell, the power prison is called the powers, with how strong you are and have the thought of a child. Haven't you realized how special you really are? Any of the powers that I ever had, you were able to use them, and in a way that I would never have. You are the best. Now kill them once and for all. My spiritual energy is also about to fade. This will be the last time you hear me, brother. I trust that everything will be fine. Easy, you. We have won. And it won't be the last time you hear me. It doesn't matter how, but I'm going to bring you back to life. The huge sphere rushed towards Goku, completely impacting him. Ichiro was trembling with fear and Sora was the same way. When all that power returned to his body, the generated power blew the underworld into 1,000 pieces, which according to legends was impossible to eliminate. Taking advantage of the uproar from the explosion, Ichiro would escape in fear. That bastard, how did he take my energy away? I underestimated him, and now I have nothing left. I don't have the strength to defeat him. Goku coldly said, "That coward abandoned you." Sora yelled as he bowed to Goku, "Don't kill me, you'll never hear from us again, I promise." In that instant, Sora would vomit blood. His eyes had lost their light, looking for the last time, the eyes full of anger, which belonged to Yuyagami. His last heart had perished, and he too had died. They were just garbage. You would never have begged for his life. You have died for being stupid enough to mess with my daughter, and dare to kill my master. Now is your turn. A portal opened in front of Goku, suddenly appearing in an unknown place, right next to Ichiro. Ichiro trembling shouted, "I completely disappeared my energy, as you had found me." Gokuro pointed his finger and said, You don't feel an ounce of my energy inside you. I made sure to leave a bit, because I already knew you would escape in those moments.
He not only had purple eyes, he was much smarter.
It was about the intelligence of the subject, who in the divine world was known and respected as the purple-eyed devil.
This guy was smarter than me.
I am the demon that destroys the hopes of living beings. A powerful blow was piercing Ichiro's stomach, and in a matter of seconds, their hearts were falling one after another. Goku full of anger, he was terrifying, he had no mercy for anyone, and even less for the guy who was about to snatch his greatest treasure. The screams of the ancient demon king shuddered in the empty outer space.
He was pleading for his life.
But that Goku had no mercy with his enemies, cruelly destroying the last of their hearts. Meanwhile, in the Forbidden Universe, a few minutes before Goku defeated both demons.
Of course, Ichiro Saiyan, use our powers.
Yes, don't let my mother's evil contaminate this beautiful universe. Amaterasu, always the same kind, but you are also stupid. Shiro just surprised us, but Akane is right, he's finished. He must be using a deadly technique that consumes his body. Shiro devoured Yuma and Amaterasu's powers, but that only helped him a bit. The injuries he was suffering from the demon's wrath were very severe. Shiro was able to endure that state for a bit longer and began to attack fiercely. Akane and Izanami defended well, but he destroyed their defense thanks to his great speed. It's amazing that a dying being isn't causing so much damage. Resist Izanami, he will soon die. Izanami bleeding was mocking.
The mighty Shiro Yagami, even on the day you died.
And wounded rabbits shows how scary you can be. We are demons like you. We will heal from the damage you do to us. Akemi appeared behind Shiro, squeezing him from behind with both arms.
I got you, Shiro.
In your pathetic state, do you think you can withstand a small explosion? Akemi detonated her body, using a rather low power level. But Shiro, who was already badly injured, fell to his knees on the ground. Akemi, it took about a minute to regenerate. What a pleasure I feel to hurt myself and cause the same damage to someone else. Shiro, do you feel the same?
Wow, your wounds don't heal.
Where is your demon power?
You look like an ordinary god. Izanami walked straight to Shiro and with her leg hit Shiro's head, crashing it against the ground.
I never thought I had the man I loved so much like this.
Come on, Shiro, beg for your life. Izanami, you can tear me to pieces, but Shiro Yagami will never beg forgiveness from you or anyone.
You're cocky, Shiro.
Izanami's fist full of darkness was about to hit Shiro, but Kenny was stopped and smiling, said, "Calm down, Izanami. This guy shouldn't die so easy. We have to torture him. Choose who I kill first. Your wife who is shattered and surely she will die by herself, or those two useless girls." Shiro tried to stand up, but it was useless, she couldn't do it, her body was destroyed, and Izanami exerted great pressure on her.
Look at that, Akemi.
Owl tries to oppose us.
How about I choose for him? That seems perfect to me, dear Izanami.
Who do you want me to kill in your honor?
Good. How about you kill that one over there?
Kana, the day has come for you to die.
It doesn't matter, Kana and I will be together even after death.
Ha ha ha.
No, Shiro, I will keep your wife's soul. You won't be able to find her after death.
Meanwhile, Akuma had arrived at the location and dropped Mie Miyukina off on a nearby planet. And with those eyes, he formed illusions of all the injured girls, transferring the real ones to where he had left the other two. That's why when Akemi hit Kana, it only hit the ground.
An illusion? What does this mean?
Right at that moment, he heard Izanami scream, who was ferociously hit by someone.
Izanami fell to the ground.
That blow had hurt too much and he found himself spitting up blood.
Take your dirty body away from my brother. Akuma took Shiro's hand and said, "You can get up, brother Shiro." With his help he stood up. "Damn Akuma, you went crazy because you helped him. He betrayed us. You already forgot, brother Shiro. Yes, millions of years ago. If you had told me about your plans, possibly you would have followed."
To me, only you are a demon king.
Akemi, it wasn't just Shiro who betrayed the demon race.
Now I did too. I am your enemy. No, we are your enemies.
Akuma held out his palm, straight at Hiro. "Akuma, well, you still remember her, but I won't last long, and as long as we use her, you'll share the same pain as me."
It doesn't matter, brother.
Akemi trembled a bit and said, "Don't let those who use that technique."
Too late, Akemi.
The auras of both brothers came together and they shouted, "Resonance."
Yeah.
Shiro's weak power instantly became gigantic and Akuma's likewise. In the past, both brothers were feared by the other demons as they could fuse their souls together, becoming very strong in a short time.
That was different from a fusion, which united the bodies into one, since with the resonance both remained with their bodies, but the power was immense.
Akuma suddenly felt great pain, so with all this he carried Shiro. He is truly amazing. I can't stand this smell for long either. We have to finish fast.
Akuma, that bastard made fun of us.
He locked us in that seal for an eternity.
Think again, brother. He is a traitor, that as soon as this battle ends he will kill you.
His nature is like that.
Come on, there's still time. Stop using soul bonding.
Akemi, we are demons. Fooling humans is easy.
But it is not so with those of our race.
What are you going to do after I stop using the resonance? Will you go quietly with that woman? Of course not. You will kill Shiro, every existing being on this universe. And you will kill me too. A few minutes ago our unfortunate grandfather almost killed me and the one who saved me was the Sahajin. So many years at war, many things happened. We slay many gods. We knew defeat for the first time.
And we never understood that ruling the universe was just an empty dream.
We demons were a feared race, but also a stupid race that will end today.
Izanami screamed, "Why have you killed him, Akemi?
He's your brother, but he's a traitor. Stop playing the good brother." Shut your mouth, Izanami. Don't you see the trouble we're in? They are now stronger than us. Akemi thought, to hell with Grandpa's plan.
I'm getting the fuck off this planet.
Akemi fired a supernova from one of her arms, launching it straight at Shiro and Akuma. You know better than anyone that you can't hurt us, not while we're using the resonance.
Yeah.
The energy sphere exploded without even hitting anyone, it was just a decoy. The demon used its enormous speed, taking Izanami by the arm, leaving that universe, but in milliseconds, it had been intercepted. Shiro and Akuma said at the same time, they thought they could escape the purple eyes. I'd have no choice but to fight. Akemi released the maximum of her powers. Activating the Reikiri, a swift blow went straight to Shiro's back, being stopped dead by him, without even looking back.
Hermano.
Little brother, you are very predictable.
Play.
You have great speed, but you lack intelligence.
Yeah.
Izanami's face released sweat as she thought it's not possible Kemi attacked him from his blind spot. No matter how strong Shiro is or how incredible those purple eyes are, he couldn't stop Kemi. It was easy. He has eyes in the back of his head or what?
Izanami was very smart, and she instantly understood what had happened.
It's Akuma. He was in front of Shiro. He did manage to see that Akemi was going to hit from behind.
Those guys are terrifying.
What is?
Your visual field is also synchronized. Shiro squeezed Akemi's arm, tearing it to pieces.
Akemi saw a loud scream, moving fast on one side of Izanami. The arm he lost was growing back. Akemi, don't attack him like that again. They have no blind spots.
I know, Izanami. To be honest, I didn't know they could do such a thing. After all, we were brothers.
When we were together, that union of souls was used against other demons.
Of course they weren't going to use it on his brother, were they? Well, now it's different. It's the first time I've faced resonance, and I finally understand why no one could stop it.
It's not just power, no matter how you look at it, it's a technique worthy of a demon.
That was for destroying my planet. Soon it is, if you will not have come, the one you will attack Sakana and the other girls.
It was the worst mistake of your life. Akuma in his heart of hearts wants to spare Kemi your life, but I don't.
Tell me, what does it feel like to be about to die? Akemi looked at Shiro, remembering how terrifying he was when he was made angry.
And Tsunami, I can't tell you to beg for your life, because you are a disgusting being that has no forgiveness.
Saying that, two lightning bolts looked at each other, and after that, Izanami was losing a lot of blood. One of her internal organs had been severed from her body. Vomiting blood, she said, "You're a fucking sadist, Shiro. Making yourself the protector of the universe doesn't suit you.
You have killed that protector."
Now only the bastard who made hundreds of demons' heads roll when he was barely 16 years old remains. Akemi began to tremble with fear. She stretched out her hand and said, "Quick, take my hand. You and I will do the MRI, otherwise this guy will kill us." Izanami obeyed Akemi. As they synchronized, their greatest fears came together. Izanami looked at Akemi's past, looking at how they, being very young, were surrounded by adult demons. They were about to be killed for being children of the Demon King, who enslaved everyone. Those of the race. Two young demons were on the ground. It was Nakuma and Akemi, while Shiro was being tortured for being the next major and future Demon King. When they were going to kill him, the brutal power of that young man had awakened, an event that would carry out the greatest massacre in the history of the underworld.
That youth was Shiro Yagami, who slayed nearly 1,000 demons in just one night. That was too much even for Izanami, a goddess who was ruthless by nature. Izanami thought, it's Akemi's memories. She's trembling, because this happens when someone makes Hiro angry. I never imagined that Hiro would be like this. Really, Kana, he made a king of death change, and Tsunami began to scream. Her soul was being vintage.
Akuma said, "It is impossible for you to achieve resonance with that woman. Only we can merge souls, because we are brothers."
Enough, Akemi, your end has come.
In that instant, Izanami started laughing and said, "Just the opposite, you couple of idiots." They have succeeded. They both synchronized because of their greatest fears. Apparently what they fear the most, ironically, it is me. "Brother, your resonance can be compared to ours." Akuma said that while laughing. "Of course not. Apparently you were expecting this, Akuma, a real fight like in those days." "Let's do it." A fierce exchange of blows battle of a start. The intensity of the fight was clear, as many celestial bodies were being erased from the universe. But shortly after exchanging blows, the difference in powers was noticeable. So much so that it didn't even look like Shiro was hurt. They were completely subduing Kemi and Tsunami.
Kemi was shocked by Shiro's blows and thought, will I be killed by this traitor?
"I am ashamed to demons." Shiro broke Akemi's hearts while saying, "Did you really think that less than a dozen demons would rule this huge universe?" His big mistake was not realizing that the demon race had already fallen a long time ago. "Rest in peace, brother. I wish our family relationship would have been different. I am a wretch who eliminated many, but it is not pleasant to end up with my own brother." Shiro launched a supernova, blowing Kemi to pieces. "I hope you will be reborn as a good guy and have a good life." After killing Kemi, the resonance was cut off and Izanami fell without any energy. Shiro and Akuma's resonance also ended, but they were still standing, but unable to move.
Akuma said, I think we won Shiro, but I was devastated.
"Next time if we use resonance, please don't be so moribund."
Izanami was crawling on the floor, a lot of blood was coming out of her body, but being a demon, she wasn't going to die that easy.
"Again, I'm so pathetic about to die. I should be the ruler of the universe." "Understand it. A single deity cannot rule this vast universe. Just wait a few more minutes on the ground. I will soon take you out of your life full of bitter suffering."
In that instant, Goku appeared out of nowhere.
Shiro yelled, "Goku!
Your being here means you won."
"Indeed, Shiro-san, but it is a pity that I died at the hands of these cowards."
Don't worry, now I know that nothing is impossible, even reviving the dead.
"It's been a while, legendary goddess."
Yeah.
I see you were beaten to a pulp.
"You cannot change that destiny. At least that is what I see with these eyes. Now that I see reality clearly, I can realize things that I was unaware of, so I know 50% of what is happening. But answer me something. You killed me, mother. She disappeared from this universe without telling me anything. Izanami gave a small laugh, even in her dying state.
Oh.
That good-for-nothing angel. Yeah, I turned her to ashes. How does that feel, stupid?
Oh.
You are very strong, but not even you will be able to revive the dead. Goku started laughing too, pointing his palm at Izanami. Receive this. Power prison. Now your power will be equal to that of an ordinary living being. Your divinity will be taken from you. You are what in the lower worlds are known as humans. I will lock you up in another dimension, and you will die very quickly of hunger and thirst. You should know that humans need something as simple as food to live. You never worried about it, but now it's different.
Hey.
Izanami, feeling his mortal body, began to cry and scream loudly.
Hey.
She who always used weapons, used one of them to take her own life. Goku started laughing. You have changed. You were like me when I was young. You had a pure heart and you should carry on as before. Trust me. Yours is scary now, but if you are betrayed by your mind, you will lose yourself until you enjoy killing your enemies and it becomes an addiction. I don't want to see in you what I was before. Killing Izanami was easy. You could have wiped her out with an energy sphere, but you took what was most valuable to a god from me. You're the first guy to do something as ruthless as that. I'm so sorry, Shiro-san, but the pure-hearted Goku can't protect anyone. That's why I need to be cold and ruthless with my enemies. That cursed one killed my mother. She woke up the demons, and that's why I almost lost what I love the most, turning her into dust. It was too kind of me, so I took away his divinity. I suppose that is a good comeuppance for a person hungry for power and desire to rule everyone. You know something. When she started to cry and get frustrated, it felt amazing, and even more so when she took her own life. Shiro Saiyan, this isn't just me sorry. Goku stared at Shiro, purple demon eyes. I understand. That's why a good-hearted guy can behave like this. Goku took off the place, flying where his daughter was, Nie and the others. He threw an energy sphere at Kana, who was about to die. Having some energy, she healed the others. It doesn't matter who I have to eliminate. It doesn't matter that in the end I'm the only bad guy. Nothing will happen to you, my family. When Yukina woke up, she was being hugged by her parents, which made her feel very good. They had never had time for her, because of the training, but remembering Yu's death, she fell into despair.
Yon.
It was my fault that you died.
I was too weak. I always need others to survive.
Here.
Goku with purple eyes looked at his daughter's work and thought,
You cannot escape your destiny, my little daughter.
you have the same powers as me. We have the power of a beast.
Daughter, you are not weak. Don't lick what happened.
You are young yet.
Besides, I swear I'm going to revive you.
Neanders knew of his brother's death, and despite not being upset so as not to alarm his daughter, his heart ached as if it were pierced by swords.
After that event, a week passed, and the Forbidden Universe had been restored. One night, where everyone was gathered, Goku said, Let's look for the giant spheres, those that shine like the sun. I don't quite understand how they work, but I understand that they are able to revive the dead. Do you mean the Super Dragon Balls? It's a good idea. I'd also heard legends about his great power. Shiro thought, they talk about Salama's creations. I don't think they can revive you.
Our powers surpass Salama's powers. And those spheres, can't they intervene with a being that is in existence greater than its creator? Well, that's what I think, but they're in high spirits. I mustn't bring them down.
I hope I'm wrong.
The entire family gathered the spheres, calling the Dragon God, who trembled with fear when he saw Shiro.
He is the legendary demon Shiro Yagami. It is an honor to meet him.
Shiro lowered her head and said, You are the only thing left of Salama.
He filled those 7 enormous spheres with power.
Before his death, that power helped you not to disappear.
Even though your maker died. Very sorry.
It was my father who slew your creator, the dragon Sarama. Stammering, he said, Please don't do that, Shiro-sama.
I do not deserve that you bow before us. Both me and my creator, if I were alive. We would thank you. Without your power, the demons would not have been stopped. But come on, tell me what you want. If it is within my capabilities, with pleasure I will grant it.
I want you to revive my son Yu.
Sarama sweating said, someone has the power to eliminate the great Yu Yagami.
Was it those angels that summoned me last time?
Damn,
Dos.
I knew I had to make them disappear.
Verlos.
Don't worry, it wasn't them, but you may or may not grant my wish. I'll be honest with you, bring to life someone as powerful as young Yu Yagami.
it is impossible. No being in this universe will be able to do it. Both NEA and Yakina started to cry. Tell me, Shiro-sama, would you do anything to revive your son?
Goku jumped into the conversation and said, talk about once dragon.
Of course we would do anything. Who is this rude guy?
Calm down, Goku. You'll see Arama. He's a member of my family. He's even stronger than me. That dragon trembled even more. It was almost impossible for there to be a living being stronger than Shiro.
Shiro-sama, you had a strength that made even my creator tremble. But do you know that you could never be better than him?
Of course I know. That old man was very smart.
Exactly. Salama discovered that apart from this universe, there were many more. There was one of them that could possibly interest you, the universe of beasts. You'll wonder why you called it that.
Salama said that this universe was very advanced in power, that our universe was a mockery in comparison.
What has to do with you? That doesn't help us at all. Shut your mouth, kid. The following will interest you more. Salama was discovered still being a spirit, besides being strong. I think those guys have good eyesight, since no one except for their purple eyes, they could see my breeder's technique. Well, that doesn't interest them. But the queen of that universe, according to Salama, was very strong, and had a terrifying aura that formed a beast. She killed Salama because she thought he had bad intentions, but she brought him back to life like child's play.
Now if you are interested in Mokoso Sahajin.
Interesting. If he was able to revive that old man so easily, he might be able to revive you. I think we have to take a chance.
Or not, Goku? Do you know you can count on me, brother?
I'm afraid it won't be easy, Hiro-sama.
The last thing my creator said is that even the mighty Shuri Yagami, the strongest being in those times, was like an insect compared to those existences.
Yes.
Oh wow, that sounds interesting.
D.
From my point of view, that is a lie.
Perhaps a weak being like that Salama guy.
I didn't understand the true extent of Shirozama's powers.
How do I go to the universe of beasts, Barama?
I understand you.
It's dangerous, but we can't leave my son dead either.
Apparently, Salama knew that one day this would happen.
I can take them to that place, but that will drain the rest of my power.
I'm afraid I won't be able to bring them back. You guys will have to figure out how to get back on your own.
Kana moved closer to Shiro and muttered,
Honey, that's extremely dangerous.
So.
We should look for another method.
if we can never return to our universe, all our lives were what it was.
Shiro was about to give Kana the word when Goku said, Universe of beasts and what, I'm a beast too.
Shiro, Akuma, NEA, Yukina and I will go to that universe.
We will revive you and return to this universe like nothing happened.
Neon screamed, no way.
Yukina stays.
And don't say no, daughter. It's an order from your mother. Neem, Yukina is not a child anymore. She is my daughter and a better warrior than you can imagine. She single-handedly beat up the demon that killed you. Don't underestimate her. She can't bury her provenance.
Sia.
She has the same wild beast inside her as I do.
All the others, not that I underestimate their powers, but someone must stay to take care of this universe.
Shiro thought, looking at him, it's like he's looking at my cocky son Yu. Well, at least his murderous aura is calmer Goku. I trust you, it will be done as Goku says. Kana, take care of yourselves. We'll come back and bring you with us. Sarama, come on, send us to that universe of beasts.
As you command, Shiro-sama, but no matter what happens, you have to do your best to return. That takes it for granted. My family is in this universe, the Dragon God. He used his remaining power to fulfill that wish. The energy level to change beings from one multiverse to another was extreme, So after fulfilling that wish, he would disappear.
Yeah.
Apparently, this was my last wish. As I imagined, the power that my creator left in me was for this purpose, to show others that we are not the only ones.
We are plagued by multiverses.
Sos.
Sarama completely vanished and the superspheres were turned to stone.
The glow of the spheres has disappeared. What happened?
The dragon god is dead.
Goku and company traveled thousands of light years through infinite darkness, until they reached a planet very similar to the land of their multiverse. Apparently we have arrived, but how do we know that this dragon really brought us to another universe?
Simple name, your mother's key, Yuma and Amaterasu, has disappeared. The dragon god has done a good job.
Mom, are you really that bad at detecting ki?
Incluso yo.
Even I can realize that.
You will be cocky, Akina. Wait till you see me fight. Now our duty is to search for that queen who can resurrect even the dead, but not only Smeen. I feel Mickey interfering and I am not able to perceive any ki. Maybe that's because we don't belong to this world.
What we lacked, that our powers are of no use in this place. To find that queen will be as difficult as counting the stars of the universe.
Not necessarily.
Mente.
Well, what I have in mind is a bad day.
Now that I'm with my brother, I want to go a different path.
What do you mean by that, Akuma?
I wouldn't mind doing it in order to revive my brother.
Do you know how the gods knew that we arrived at a place? They couldn't feel us. Our powers were out of their dimension. They perceived us by the amount of damage we left behind. Hell yeah. If we can't sense their ki, we can make them aware of our presence by destroying one of their planets. Wait, Goku. That's not good either. This place looks in harmony.
We cannot destroy the piece of a planet.
So you suggest I leave you dead?
Shiro-sama, you're not that soft.
And you're not that sadistic.
Think about living things that are going to die.
If you blow up this planet, don't worry about it. The queen of this universe will be in charge of resurrecting them.
Los.
Isn't it supposed to be so wonderful?
Sa.
A purple aura began to shake that quiet planet. Goku soared into the air until he left the atmosphere, no matter who he had to destroy.
The number of living beings that have to die is the least of it. My family comes first, and you is a part of it. Akuma yelled, he's crazy, he's really going to, damn it, if we're still here.
It's really you, Goku. I feel like you're not the same anymore.
They'd all escaped the planet.
Seeing the serious look on Goku's face, they realized that he wasn't playing. He was really planning to destroy the planet. Goku released a spear of energy with a rather low power. When that energy touched the ground, Shiro was impressed and thought, it didn't explode. The resistance that this celestial body has is supreme. Truly the creator of these planets has overwhelming power. Goku without a second thought increased his ki even more, launching a second attack that would also fail. Annoyed that he couldn't destroy it, he would use 50% of his power. That was already a beast of power to target a single planet. But his anger didn't make him analyze the situation.
The planet, after receiving the impact of that great power, would explode into 1,000 pieces.
This is incredible.
Play.
A single celestial body forced Goku to use all that power. At first, it was a bet to think that there was someone here with the power to revive my son, but with what happened, I am convinced, the king of this universe truly deserves to be called a beast. With the annihilation of that planet, and more than anything, because of the Kyo used to make it fly, many powerful beings realized that an intruder had appeared, since the beings that inhabited those planets did not dare to destroy a celestial body for nothing. Fear of the Queen.
Did you feel her sister?
Yes, Yumushi, one of my sacred planets, was turned into cosmic dust.
I wonder, what the hell is the god Hydra being to let this happen?
You see, Sister, Hydra, wielder of the Lion Spirit Beast, is too arrogant. Being one of the few to have the right to enter the Divine Realm and have face-to-face talks with you makes him feel more important than others. That's why he cares a little about his territory.
No.
The Queen of all Akame rose from her throne, walking a bit outside of her palace. Hydra, A planet in your territory was destroyed. You have 1 hour to kill whoever did it and bring that planet back. Otherwise, this will be your last day of life. The god Hydra, who was calmly resting, got up very scared.
Here's
All.
Who was the bastard that destroyed that planet? He got me in trouble with a Kame-sama. I am going to slowly rip out his throat until he begs for his life and pleads for forgiveness on my behalf. And that forgiveness will take him to bloody purgatory.
Yo.
In that universe, there were no angels that guided the gods, just a couple of them, but they were the guardians of Akame and Yamochi, so the god was the highest authority in the territories under his charge. Hydra was very angry. He was going at super speed, straight to where some very strange key were. Goku was getting desperate. He hoped that gods or angels would quickly arrive to verify what was the reason for the explosion of one of his planets. The gods of this universe are all stupid. How can they allow an unknown person to eradicate them so easily?
It looks like I'll have to destroy another planet. Shiro stood in front of him and said annoyed, "Enough, Goku. You're not going to destroy another planet. That's an order. I don't care if you're stronger than me. I'm still the head of the family." What example are you setting for your daughter? To become a planet killer?
No, that's not what I want for Yukina.
I just feel like I was a loser in the past, so I have to bury him forever.
being cold and sadistic, everyone will fear my power and I will never lose to anyone else.
And in the end you will be left alone. Even your colleagues and family will move away from you. Believe me, I tell you from experience.
Yeah.
That happened to Shiro once before, but he was wise to run away from his bloodsay.
What will you do? I don't think you like being alone. You go crazy.
Shiro was exchanged for a woman, but you already have 2 treasures that you must defend.
Kill when necessary, not on a whim like you do now. Nin said, "Wow, a retired demon slayer. He's quite the honest veteran."
I'll tell you the same, Goku. The inhabitants of this place are not guilty of anything. They didn't take you. We just arrived in this universe. We have a lot of time ahead of us. Please calm down a bit.
Yukina thought, because everyone sees bad deeds from my father, you would do the same as him.
I spent most of my life with him. He was the only person who was always with me, and I know that my father now is like the spitting image of you. I like that cold warrior more than the other one who never let me fight, Goku, who was stopped in ceremonies by everyone except his daughter, kept quiet and didn't say anything else. But just at that moment, someone suddenly appeared in front of them. Said you destroyed a planet and took it upon yourself to make me look bad in front of Queen Kamizame.
I cannot believe it. I have been the guardian of Territory 7, the territory of Hydra the Lion, and in 700,000 years, no one has ever been stupid enough to mess with me.
I see that you are not from around here. Rather, I think you are from a faraway universe, where there are no legends about how terrifying gods are with spirit beasts.
Yes.
I don't care about your legends, much less those spirit beasts that are garbage. I only want to know one thing. Where is the queen of this universe?
I need to see her.
In that instant, Goku was knocked over by the god Hydra.
Insolent.
Indeed.
Only select gods are allowed to see Kame-sama, as a dirty outsider thinks he can stand before his greatness.
Hydra was going to launch another blow at that subject, when he stopped his wedge before it could take momentum to hit him.
Damned.
To.
You dare touch my body, divine?
It will be sliced by my claws. Goku with his purple eyes looked at how his aura formed a huge lion, and one of that beast's legs went for his arm with the intention of cutting it. This one in thousandths of a second would dodge that claw.
Nin said, Goku doesn't usually behave like this, because he released his enemy's arm. The battle could have been decided if he had broken his arm at that moment. You're wrong, Mom. If Dad hadn't walked away, he would have been the loser. He's not a demon, so his arm would have been torn to pieces.
I still don't feel the liquid of the enemy, but that giant aura is like Dad's.
Yukina, I see with pride that your eyes are very sharp. Nin, not having good eyesight might be dangerous for you. These guys are formidable, so much so that they don't attack just with their fists and legs, but with their auras, and their fighting power is mysterious.
That is why Salama was overwhelmed by these beast-like deities.
Shiro thought, the strangest thing is that Gohan has a similarity to these creatures.
Hydra mocking yelled at himself, "You're the weirdest Shiku." 700,000 years ago, with this simple move, I killed the idiot who caused havoc. But you escaped from my lion's claw. You have very good movements, and apparently you are very sensitive to danger. You were able to realize that you were going to die from an attack that you were not even able to see. But you only have that luck once. Hydra without moving was looking at himself. He didn't move, but his aura in the form of a beast was doing it. Another powerful grab. It went straight at Goku at supreme speed. That speed was comparable to that of demons.
Yukina said, "It's very fast."
Goku without complications, he would dodge that attack. That left Hydra speechless.
Idiot, this is already starting to annoy me.
It seems you were born very lucky. God Beast, it's not luck, it's skill.
To take luck, I have very good eyesight. That lion's claw has not been able to reach me.
Yukina was excited. She was watching her father teach even gods from other worlds that their power was not normal. Way to go, Dad. Show that guy that no one messes with you.
Yukina talks like Goku is winning.
Until now, that god has not moved.
That god is very rude.
The powerful Goku would have died already, not having these eyes. He has dodged 2 attacks powerful enough to destroy the universe we came from in one fell swoop. But that lion-shaped aura seems to compress the power to destroy only its target.
If those 2 attacks had released a shockwave, many would have died.
That's right, that must be because of the great training these beast gods have had. There is a huge difference with the gods of that universe. Hydra was surprised. What are you able to see, my lion?
Ha 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 ha, that's impossible.
Only beast gods can see my spirit beast. If as you say, I'll say it one more time, where is that queen you mentioned?
I'm going to unleash my power, and when I do, it won't be fun, at least not for you.
Hydra sighed and said, "You're not an easy subject. I'll stop playing games. I'm going to release my power a bit to kill you."
Hydra clenched his fists and teeth. The whole place was filled with intense heat.
Akuma quickly fell back thousands of meters. Shiro would pull Nin by the arm, pulling her away as well. Yukina took a good look at everything and backed away herself.
Nin said, "What's up?"
Shiro replied, "A true beast battle is about to begin."
That guy's power doesn't lose to Goku's. I see we have entered a dangerous universe. But we can't go back anymore. We have made the decision to come here and we only have to grit our teeth and face any difficulties. Akuma, we can't leave Goku alone.
You know what we have to do.
Akuma began to release his dark Kyo.
Shiro too.
The 2 of them were going to use the resonance to help Goku. But just at that moment, Yukina stood in front of them and angrily said, "My dad can only beat him. I won't let them get in his way." They don't see that smile on his face. He's very happy because of how strong that lion is. So Grandpa, don't interfere, it's not time for game, Yukina. If your father gets hurt it will be your fault, Akuma. Even I have enough strength to face that god beast.
And no, grandfather, I have changed.
I know you think I'm very conceited, but now I'm also very strong, almost the same as my father.
Tell me, do you think that little lion can compete with 2 huge Oozaru?
At that moment, loud roars shook the place. Goku was also releasing his power. Hydra listened to the roars and said, "That can't be, that sounds like a beast too. This guy can't have that ability. We only exist 12 gods with spirit beasts protecting the 12 territories created by a Kami-sama."
Where the hell did this guy come from?
Exceptional. I thought this was a slaughter, the idiot guy who got me in trouble with the queen.
But this has probably turned out to be the most fun battle of my life.
You deserve to hear my name. I am Hydra the lion. You have already seen my spirit beast. Beasts bring great power and stamina to the wielder. Whoever possesses this power can rule whoever does not have the same beast power.
Goku continued to increase his power until his strength reached such a point that the god Hydra was able to see that huge legendary beast. This is a fucking dream, right?
A joke or an illusion trick? That is the legendary Oozaru of Queen Akame and the second King Yamochi?
No, only they have the strongest spirit beast. When Goku reached 100% of his power, his beast was exposed before the eyes of the gods of that universe.
I am Goku, and I don't know what the hell of a spiritual beast, but I also have the power of a beast. Now we will see if your lion's fangs are sharper than those of this gigantic wild ape. Be thankful that I won't use the demon's wrath. I can't reveal my best card to just a pawn of the queen of this universe.
Do you see, Grandpa? The murderous intentions of that god have been overshadowed by my father.
Don't underestimate the strongest being over any universe.
That god has panicked.
Apparently Goku is afraid of even a being of that level. The power itself was not the trigger for Hydra's fear. What made him tremble was seeing the legendary beast possessed by the strongest beings that ruled in that universe.
Goku said, "Let's get started."
Dos.
Rapido disappeared, dealing a strong blow to Hydra, but his aura would stop the fist. Hydra thought, his spirit beast doesn't move, it has great power, but that beast looks like just a statue. If he had attacked me with that beast and his fist at the same time, he would have hit me. I see. This guy maybe doesn't know how to use that power. I must kill him. A third user of that terrifying thing can't prevail in this world. A claw from his aura was going to attack Goku again, but this time he wouldn't dodge the attack. With his fist filled with darkness, he would parry that gigantic claw, and with a kick, he would impact Hydra's stomach. Hydra suffered some damage. After many millennia it had been hit by someone. Goku looked at his fist shaking and thought, he has tremendous power. The demons I faced before were a joke compared to him. Goku thought so, but that huge impact was not just the strength of Hydra, but the spirit beast he possessed. Those beasts multiplied the user's power, that's why Goku barely resisted that blow. Hydra said puzzled, he's an idiot who doesn't know how to use his power, I understand that, but what he did is unforgivable and at the same time, unreal. My fellow gods would mock me if I told them that someone was able to stop my lion's claw with their fist.
Such an attack doubles my actual power.
This guy withstood double my power. Goku began to attack, taking into account that he could not receive a second similar attack. Hydra also began to fight. They both exchanged blows. In terms of skill, they were even. Hydra dominated his beast power, but Goku had his eyes with incredible visual power when the fists of those two warriors collided. They shook the universe and those tremors were felt by Kami and Mochi. Hydra is having a battle.
Sister, that fight is very intense, and that power is very familiar to me.
Akami clutched her head, remembering every warrior she had ever known, but that power was warm, it wasn't someone who had murdered her at all. Her angel exclaimed, my two masters will refresh her memory.
That power that confronts the Hydra Leon god is Daruma, his talented younger brother. Here you released a tremendous power to me and very angry he shouted, a joke of that level is unforgivable.
You're my guardian angel, but that won't stop me from killing you. A great pressure of ki was falling on that place. A huge Oozaru Karma sea appeared out of nowhere.
That aura would shatter the divine realm.
Yamoshi felt that enormous power and thought, no matter if I am the Silver Oozaru, my sister's power is insurmountable when she loses control and rages.
That stupid Siri had to mention Daruma.
Yamoshi stood in front of Kame and nervously said, Sister, please calm down, you are going to destroy the surrounding planets, keep your spiritual beast. Siri was just trying to make a joke, she takes care of our entire universe, you can't kill her, also if you fight with her and kill her, you would be breaking the divine laws of this universe, and even if it's you, you will be banished and stripped of most of it. Of your power.
Siri Sejikaru are legendary angels created by our ancestors.
Akame pointed at Siri and said, with yes, then I challenge you Siri.
The laws of this universe forbid me from fighting with you, but if I complete the path of Endless Beast, I will earn the right to do as I please. And when I do, I will wish for the right to fight with you. You will regret it for daring to make jokes with my late brother.
Siri sighed and said, the Endless Beast path. Little Akami, you are very impulsive knowing that you are going to die. That is why it is called an Endless Beast, because no one can live by defying the will of our ancestors.
If you dare to do that, Your spirit beast will not obey you. On the contrary, all your gods will be able to use that power, plus the increase of divine laws, and don't even think they will treat you with the respect they have you.
Divine laws are capable of changing people's thoughts. Their fear of you will disappear and they want to kill you. Even so, you are still my dear Akame. I wouldn't let you get into that trouble. My duty is to protect you.
I didn't mean to offend you by mentioning your brother, but I'd only told the truth.
I feel a hint of the power of the Purple Surge and I'm not kidding at all. Yamoshi said, "Sister, let's go to that place. We don't lose anything by seeing what is happening there."
It's impossible for him to live, but I can't ignore Cyrus's wisdom.
Little Akame, take Yamoshi at his word. While I will repair this place, it is my duty to fix all your damage. Akame suppressed her beast and sped off to that faraway place.
Yamoshi, follow her. It's very likely that something bad will happen. Don't let Akame do something stupid.
Daruma was his greatest pride, but the laws of this universe cannot forgive what he did.
He killed the 12 heavenly guardians, who also had the power of the Zaru. They were based on the first Zaru, which formed the universe of beasts.
Killing them was the greatest offense ever seen. And someone who commits a sin of that level will never appear, and not only because of the level of his insolence, but because I don't even understand how he was able to kill 12 beings of such a higher level.
Yes, the cost of that was his death, but with it the heavenly 12 disappeared.
Next.
You don't have to tell me. Unlike my sister, I know my brother deserved to die. With your permission, I can't leave her alone, and even less so upset. Going back to Hydra's fight against Goku, Goku's fists filled with darkness were dealing with very powerful blows from the lion's aura. Goku with great agility dodged most of the attacks, but it was impossible to dodge all of them. After all, the speed of that god was not so easy to deal with.
He's a wretch.
Ado.
You're making fun of me. He wants to show me that my beast is not a danger to him.
My time is up. Akame-sama gave me a time limit to kill him and rebuild the planet he destroyed.
You seem very distracted.
This is a fight.
Hydra.
Hydra felt great pain and looked at a fist that went through it. Goku was behind him, but he was still looking at another in front of him. In a few seconds, that subject in front of him disappeared. It was just an image, created with his eyes purple. Goku's real body had come from behind. I am a warrior who always fights head-on, but come on, there is no equality in this fight. That beast seems to have a life of its own. It's 2 against 1. I had to use everything I have. Still, I think you fell for a pretty pathetic trick.
Wretched fellow. I'm going to return this pain multiplied by 1,000. Lion.
Shake the universe.
Ultimate ability.
Claw already my anti-destroyer of worlds.
Hydra held Goku's arm penetrating his chest, while his aura filled with fire. The pressure exerted was multiplied 10 times more. Goku sweating thought, the power of that attack is supreme. I can't escape, it's going to seriously hurt me. No, I will use the Devil's Wrath.
Goku was trying to release his power, but his most powerful state wouldn't activate.
What the hell is going on? Neither power does not come out.
Most important mention of Queen Akane-sama.
Ama.
Never let your enemy surprise you. I figured you had more power.
So neutralize any increase in energy. The moment I touch your arms.
You're dead unhappy. You're just a guy with a dead beast. That terrifying Oozaru is not going to save you from your death. Destroy it, lion.
That lion had grown many times larger when Hydra activated that technique. That's why the huge claw that went straight to Goku's body was huge. The teasing of Hydra, who felt that he had the victory assured, made Goku desperate, who did not know what to do. Oozaru, are you really a dead beast?
Is that little lion much stronger than you?
See, you're just a coward.
Ha ha ha.
Words alone won't master that thing.
Goku is finished.
The power of that blow exceeds it by far. It does not give us time to help him, and we are not able to stop that blow. It is slow, but its force is overwhelming. A surprising explosion shook the universe, and not just one, but several planets were blown to pieces. Akame, who was going at a great speed to that place, was trembling just imagining that it was really her brother Daruma, not because of fear of his power but because of how much he meant to her. In the past,
Akame suffered the most when she found out that her brother Daruma had killed the Celestial 12 and died in that fight. What she did not know is that Daruma was powerful enough to kill them and survive, but very ancient divine powers were instantly activated, which banished Daruma from the universe of beasts and took away most of his power, being sent to another multiverse, where the surrounding beings were much weaker, and even with the power he had left he was very strong, and much later he had appeared before the demon king of that universe to later be reborn as Goku without keeping any memories in the universe. Divine Realm. Cities had repaired everything. At that instant someone came to that place. "Hey Cyrus, where is Kami? He said he would train with me today."
Ah, Kurang Yu, Queen Kami urgently left. A boss fight is going on a long way from here, and she personally went to take care of it.
It was Cave personally. It must be something serious. I would have been here when that happened. I would have liked to fight those gods.
Cities thought, you, the queen's favorite, just a lost soul who came here, and the queen restored his body with Oozaru cells. I don't know how he does it, but it never ceases to amaze me. He has been living in this world of beasts for 8 years, and his power already surpasses the most powerful beast gods and suffered ways of being.
It makes even a neutral being like you want him as a man.
It's too bad little Akami wants it for herself. Otherwise, you would be mine.
Hey, Cyrus, why are you looking at me with that sadistic look? I better get out of here. I'll be back when Akame gets back. Wait, I could train with you.
I'm weaker than Akame, but I don't think I'll lose to you.
That seems fine to me.
I'll wait for you in the training room.
Sure, I'll be with you right away.
I gave the Hikaru to take over the Divine Realm in my absence, even to that place.
A great crash came, causing the palace to shake very little.
The fight in that place is very interesting, but I'd rather defeat a legendary angel like you.
You'll change your mind soon, you. Returning to the fight, the explosion ended, but when Hydra looked in front of him, there was that guy.
Somehow, he was whole after receiving that powerful blow.
And his speed was so great that Hydra had not even realized that he had escaped. He released his arm as Zulian was about to hit him, so as not to get hurt by his own technique.
It was at that moment, when everything happened in a matter of thousandths of a second, the Oozaru, although he didn't make a big move, had stopped the lion's claw with a single finger, but after that he remained motionless as always.
Goku looked at his aura and said, "Way to go, Oozaru."
I knew you weren't a coward, but I still can't control you.
You don't recognize me as your bearer, but one day you will. You and I will fight together.
What do you say, stupid? Our beasts don't speak, and I doubt they can hear you. We manipulate them with our brain.
Look at her, she's still the same idiot, standing like a statue.
It's a waste of you having that huge useless thing. I don't know how you got away unscathed, but I'll tell you what, your beast didn't protect you. Goku looked at how the wound that had caused him before had healed.
I see you have very good healing. Of course. The 12 beast gods in the service of Akame-sama. We have formidable bodies. A simple hole in the chest can't kill us. You have to think of something else. Of course, if you have time to think about it, both of them began to exchange mind blows again. But this time, even with the support of his lion, Hydra was being damaged little by Goku's blows. His power had worn off a lot with the last attack. Goku, on the contrary, hadn't lost any of his ki. His Oozaru purple form allowed him to always have his energy at the maximum level. They saw that? He only moved a little, but he was able to stop that huge lion with just one finger, even though his size is 10 times smaller. Still, he made it look easy. Goku's beast is too powerful, but he can't overpower it. In fact, I think it was just coincidence.
Yeah.
In that world, the beast auras grew to release their special ability. Goku not possessing one, his beast was much smaller than the others. Even so, the strength he had displayed was enormous. At that moment, Shiro looked like a woman had arrived and was watching the battle. Akuma, Yukina, NEA, look at that god has reinforcements.
When Yukina saw her, she was surprised and thought, that woman is just like me. When I release my power, she will also be a Saiyan. Brother, let's go for her. Wait, Akuma, She has no intention of attacking Goku. Let's wait and see what happens.
At that moment, Yaomoshi also arrived, placing himself on Akame's side.
Sister, what happened?
Akame wouldn't answer anything, just a few tears coming out of her eyes.
To later say, it's him Yaomoshi, he's our dear little brother.
Yaomoshi watched the fight, watching him as well.
I can't believe it, he looks the same, but it's him. He has accepted me. That mediocre Catan doesn't seem to be an Oozaru. Even your protege is the one you love so much, he is much stronger than him. Look at that little purple Saru, he is 50 times smaller than he used to be. Daruma had the power to destroy anyone, even if he has the same body. I refuse to accept that it's him. Yet I see that he is beating up Hydra. Hydra was bleeding too much, he couldn't bear being beaten up. It's illogical that this guy who has a practically dead spirit beast is humiliating me. I am one of the best gods, it is forbidden, but I will have to do the complete release of Spirit Beast, so my power will multiply 100 times more. But if I do, Akame-sama might cut off my arm or leg.
Does matters?
That's a fair price considering this crap is going to kill me. Hydra was about to use his release. When he looked at Akame, she's the queen, she's doing in this place.
Oh no!
He's going to kill me.
Hydra,
Hydra knelt down and said, have mercy on Kame-sama, I know I wasted my time with this crap, but give me 15 more minutes and I swear I'll exterminate him.
hey,
Call him trash again and I'll kill you. Go away, I'm not interested in you at the moment. What did my lady say? I said go away.
A roar was heard, Hydra flew away at high speed, still not wanting to die.
Goku for his part thought, so she is the queen of this universe. Apparently she's a Sanhajin like me. When he least expected it, he was being touched on the face by Akame. This will work.
Don't fool me, you're really weak, but it's you Daruma.
Goku was unable to move. Akame had temporarily frozen him from his joints.
honest.
I don't know you at all. You are the queen of this place, right?
I want to ask you a favor, I have no intention of killing you.
Your attitude is the same as before, and that will never change.
Someone or something wiped your memories, but right now I'll see what happened. NEA yelled, that woman is touching me Boku, I'm going to kill her.
Shiro stood in front of her, stopping her from doing something crazy.
Yukina was trembling and said, no, we are no match for her.
Just seeing his aura terrifies me.
Who is that woman? Is very dangerous. Akuma said, Yukina is right. It really is very dangerous. So much so that it made Goku stop moving. Akame put her forehead on Goku's and said, let me see what you went through, little brother.
When he entered his mind, he went back in time, realizing what he had lived through. At a certain point he looked at you. That's it, my dear you. I see brother. Fate brought Yu's soul here, with a purpose, that. What is this? 2 divine roots. I understand. A reincarnation. You are incredible. Even after dying you were able to beat death by reincarnating. I will see what the first divine root hides.
Akame, I will see the past of the first root. He looked at the real Daruma. The one who was not a reincarnation, looking at how everything had happened. His brother had won against the Celestial 12 and had been chosen from their power and sent to the other multiverse.
He also found out about the confrontation with Ichiro Yagami, the Demon King, where Aruma sacrificed himself to kill him. Here his forehead took off at me very smiling. He said, after all, if you are your little brother, you will never get away from me again.
A cold voice was heard from nowhere. Daruma, you have broken the divine laws, you were banished, and you had the guts to come here with such a low level of power. This time you will not be banished, you will be forced to pass the path of beasts without end, not only you, but also those multiverse travelers who come with you.
Disfruta.
Enjoy your stay in this universe of beasts. This is our warm welcome. The laws that govern this universe are respected, even if you were the strongest, or even if you have a formidable sister with the title of queen. We rule, and your sister and all the inhabitants of this universe are your Daruma enemies.
Akame yelled, damn, it's going to happen. Divine laws will kick in. I'll be my brother's enemy and try to kill him.
Oh,
Akame threw an energy sphere at Goku and quickly moved where his friends were and said, possibly in a few minutes I will be his enemy, please take care of my brother no matter what if they reach the end of the endless beast path and fight against me. Please don't look me in the eye. My eyes have the power to make any warrior fall into a hopeless abyss, and if my spirit beast directs a blow at them, they have to dodge it or they will die. I'm usually very aggressive when I fight, but that's my biggest drawback. I am so confident that I neglect my defense too much. That is my only weak point. You already know him because his soul came from your universe, but be careful with the Black Oozaru. His eyes of abilities can be deadly for you. He is no longer who you knew. He is a cold warrior with Oozaru blood. Another guy who is also dangerous is my brother Yamoshi. He has a great weak point, and that is that he always listens his back, and not even his spirit beast can protect him in that part of his body. I have given you enough information so that you don't die so easily before us, but the abilities of the other gods are not weak either.
But if my brother, who is now called Goku, can remember everything, I know that he can pass the endless beast path.
A great light illuminated the entire gigantic beast universe.
It was a pleasure to meet the family of my dear little brother. Yatina, you are just like me.
I guess you have great potential.
Akame would disappear while saying sad, now we are enemies.
Akame reappeared in her castle. This time it was colder, and she only thought about killing her brother Aruma.
The divine laws modified everything in order to destroy the one who broke the divine law.
They even had the power to change his sister's affection for her brother, turning it into hate. Goku and his companions appeared in some prisons on the planet where their powers were not effective.
They had to participate in a coliseum called the Endless Beast Path, where they had to face the strongest pillars of their universe and had a great disadvantage, since the same divine laws gave their gods great power.
Goku, who was struck by a strange energy belonging to his sister, was unconscious, while there were very few hours left for their first fight in which their lives were on the line. For some reason, Shiro, NEA, Nakuma, Yukina and, of course, Goku too, were very clear about what they had to do. They knew they had to defeat everyone and pass that test.
Why doesn't my dad wake up?
He's not dead, right? Shiro looked at his energy flow with her eyes and said, his ki is stable, but there is something wrong with his brain. That woman did something to him, but from my point of view, she was a good person, and she claimed to be his sister. I think this universe has something, and something happened to turn her against Goku, and against us. Whatever happens, we have to get out of here alive. That girl mentioned something strange, to be careful with someone named Yu. She said that we know him, but it is impossible that it is my son. Soon the truth will be in front of our eyes. Goku suddenly cried out in his sleep.
They feel that as the highest ranking guardians, they have the right to make my people suffer. I will kill them.
Supreme Spirit Beast release.
Rugi destroys all my purple Oozaru.
My Goku. What is happening to you? Akuma, if Goku doesn't wake up for the first day on this endless beast path, we have to do everything. Hell yeah, bro. Akame for her part said, Yamoshi, gathered all the gods, the idiots who defied the path of the endless beast. They will begin their hell tomorrow. It may be their last day of life. How fun, as you order, sister. What Goku and everyone else awaits you, we'll see that in the next chapter.